Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Let's take a walk and go see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. I do appreciate you stopping by. Today's beer comes from Greenbush Brewing Company. These guys are up in Michigan. This is their Brother Benjamin, which is considered American Double Imperial IPA, almost to the triple, which is not technically a style, but this is a big beer coming in at 10.10%. This was sent to me by Mike. These beers are not available here in Virginia, not this part of Virginia anyway. And he writes, Brother Benjamin, he picked us up at their annex, which is across the street from the brewery. He says it's an excellent smokehouse barbecue at the brewery, so they are serving up some tasty food there. He said he couldn't see any dating on the bottles, and he also writes they're big enough and distributed, so they should. I agree 100%. But a lot of times when you pick up these beers and they use black ink and they stamp it on a dark brown bottle with a darker beer or a heavy beer or even any beer, it's hard to see this dating. So we'll take a closer look at the bottle, because we did do one it had a dating on it, but he couldn't see with the beer in it. So we'll see if there's any kind of dating on it when we get the beer out of it and come back for the final chug. But it is a big beer at 10%. Imperial India Pale Ale brewed with honey. Not quite the same magnitude as Bell's Two-Hearted Ale, which is in the 7% range, that's brewed with honey. But we're going to see what Brother Benjamin brings to the table. Hope Brother Benjamin brings a tasty beer. So we're going to get on with this one. Great Big Double IPA. If they're going to be in the IPA game, guys, they need to date their stuff. So I can't harp on that enough. If it does not have any kind of dating on the bottle and was available here, it would sit on the shelf till the cows come home. As far as I'm concerned, I would not buy it. I don't give a damn if it's a 10 beer. If it doesn't have a date on it, it'll sit there. So these breweries need to step up to the plate. If you want to be in this game, do the work. As far as I'm concerned, if you're brewing an IPA or a double IPA, the dating machine is just as critical as the brew kettle. So if you can't afford a dating machine, maybe you ought to brew an imperial style or something like that the dating is not critical on. So I'm not sure I've had anything from this brew before, Greenbush. Never even heard of them. So, and he has sent me a couple different beers from them. So I'm hoping they're doing some quality stuff. We're about to find out. We're going to get on with the first one here that he has sent me. Let's step over to Untapped, and they have it at 10.1% and 114 IBUs. Wow. Off the chain as far as IBUs are concerned. And the commercial description from those guys says, this Imperial IPA is truly heavenly. We hop it intensely and then balance it with local honey for a result that's both powerful and extremely drinkable. We shall see. We shall see. So that's all we need to talk about. Let's pop the cap on this thing and see what we got. Nice hiss. Not much smoke coming out of it. Into the glass we go. While I pour this, I will tell you the cuisine: barbecue, cheese with pepper, Monterey, pepper jack, sharp blue cheddar. Your stronger cheeses: meat is game, grilled meat, and salmon. Glassware snifter tulip oversized wine glass. And Says can sell her because Beer Advocate thinks anything over 8%, no matter what the style, you can sell her. Dumbasses. Yeah, that's what I said. They're dumbasses. You don't sell her your IPAs or double IPAs, guys. I mean, a lot of people sell her the Dogfish 120 because it's kind of hot and nasty to begin with. Personally, I don't buy those monster beers. Usually, I have bought them in the past, and I've got a Dogfish 120 somebody sent me in there. I find that beer kind of unenjoyable to drink. It's just too boozy, too hot, and you don't get the IPA qualities. I'd much rather have a New England style juice bomb than one of those monster beers like that. Didn't pour very much of a head. Guys, it looks like a barley wine instead of a double IPA. It's got a rich red mahogany color. A lot of malt used to produce a 10% IPA, double IPA. Let's get a nose on it. Guys, it actually smells like a barley wine. I'm getting a big sweetness on the nose, caramel, toffee. This smells like a barley wine, guys. If you're expecting a big hot bomb on this, you're going to be heavily disappointed. Smells like a barley wine to me, guys. Looks like a barley wine. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Mike. A little bit of citrusiness on the taste. More than most barley wines would have. Big malt base. Takes a lot of malt to produce a 10.1%. Takes a lot of hops to balance that out. Bittering hops, flavor, aroma hops. Doesn't say anything about any kind of dry hopping or anything. Little bit of citrus notes. Maybe a slight hint of some oranges or tangerines. To me, guys, it tastes like a hop-forward barley wine. That's exactly what it tastes like to me. Big sweetness on the back end. Alcohol seems to be very well hidden, I will say that. Doesn't seem to be real boozy. And that's all depending on where your palate is. I mean, if I'd had this beer 10 years ago, it'd probably blowed my palate out of my mouth. Now that I've had all the beers that I've had doing the beer reviews, these big 10%ers, a lot of them, not all of them, a lot of them seem to be very well made, especially now. But I can tell it's a big beer. A lot of malt takes to produce that, and it does have that mouthfeel. And it has the bitterness there, but there is some sweetness. Well, let's right out of the fridge. We're going to take a real close look at that bottle. It's sweating right now, and we're going to sip on this for a little bit, let her taste it, let the bottle condensation go off of it, and we'll look and see if there's any kind of dating that I can see. Maybe they're considering this like the Dogfish 120, a great big beer that you could sell her if you choose to. Like I said, I don't know how old the beer is. He said he picked it up at the Annex, which was across the street from the brewery. Hopefully it's fairly fresh beer. Like I said, I'll check for a date when I come back. So let's sip on it, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. Very unimpressive beer as far as I'm concerned, guys. Tastes more like a hopped up barley wine than it does a triple IPA or a 10.1% Imperial IPA. And on top of that, I looked at the bottle and got back. There's absolutely no kind of dating on it. Personally, I think they ought to get out of the damn IPA or double IPA business if they can't afford a dating machine. Because these guys, according to what Mike is telling me, they do distribute it. So I would not buy their beers if it was here. Now that I've had this one, that reconfirms that. I would not buy this beer. It's a decent beer. Don't get me wrong. It doesn't fit the style as far as I'm concerned. It doesn't have a date on it. It's just not for what I'm looking for in a Imperial IPA at all. So But I do appreciate Mike spending his hard-earned money on it and sending it to me for me to review. But Mike, an impressive beer, my brother. I would not buy this beer, especially since it has no kind of dating on it at all. And on top of that, it doesn't fit the style at all. So, it's like a hopped up barley wine, guys. Final chug. I will say the alcohol is fairly well hidden. But to me, it's lackluster and a lot of hop profile. They could have put a lot more flavor, aroma hops, dry hop this, or done something to give it a more hop presence. But maybe that's what they were shooting for, guys. I don't have any idea there. Maybe they think this is a perfect imperial or double or triple, since that's not a recognized style. Unimpressive to me, other than the alcohol being very well hidden. Unimpressive. To me, guys, this is a I'm gonna give it a 6. It's a B. 85, right down the middle. So it is what it is. A lot of times I agree with what's said, and a lot of times I do not. And this particular one, we'll run over to Beer Advocate and see what they say. They say 3.9%, 3.95%, 3.95, which is in the very good range. Not going there. I don't even think it's to that grade. Not going to give it that. These guys need to get a dating machine, and they need to tweak this recipe. I brew better beers than this. Over to Untapped, Brother Benjamin. It says here on Untapped is a 3.98. No, not going there either. So I'm not giving it the grade that both of these are. And I know this is fairly fresh since he bought it at the Annex across the street from the brewery. Unimpressive, guys. Glad I got to try it, but would not buy it. Got to try it, but wouldn't buy it. Yeah, that's the way I feel about it, guys. It is what it is. So, if you've had this one from Greenbush Brewing Company, their Brother Benjamin, let me know what you think. Until we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.